I was 16 years old and my friend asked me, Mike, what's your dream job? And I replied, my dream job is to work part-time as a shop assistant at a supermarket or a retail shop. It will pay me just enough money to pay the bills, but because I'll just be working part-time, I'll have a lot of free time to do exactly what I want to do. And that was my dream job, to be a shop assistant in a supermarket. You see, I was born in a small village of just about 2,000 people in the countryside in the UK, and I lived there for the first 20 years of my life. Everyone around me, my neighbours, my family, they all had relatively standard 9-to-5 jobs. Cleaners, taxi drivers, accountants, factory operators, builders, electricians, and although there's nothing inherently wrong with these jobs, they're very important jobs, I didn't know anyone that was what I would consider extremely successful in terms of their career. Everyone I knew and everyone around me was very much living a mediocre life. After leaving high school, I applied for jobs and I was eventually accepted for a role filling the shelves in my local supermarket 30 hours a week. I was so happy, I was genuinely ecstatic. Straight out of high school, I had literally just landed my dream job. I worked this job for about 2 years, but one night I had an epiphany. I'm 20 years old. I have no mortgage, I have no kids, I have no pets, I have no responsibilities. What am I doing here at 4 a.m? I'm literally wasting my life away with nothing to show for it. And that night I walked out, I booked a one-way plane ticket, and within 5 days I was sitting on a plane flying to Bangkok. That one decision of completely unexpectedly and suddenly, and this was very out of character for me, buying a one-way flight ticket to the other side of the world was, to this day, 10 years later, the single best decision I've ever made. In my entire life, nothing else even comes close, because I've met some incredible people, business people with 8-figure businesses, musicians, pilots, actors, lawyers, scientists, and I realized that these people are just like me. The only difference is that they've removed their self-limiting beliefs and they were utilizing self-education. Every day they were working on themselves, becoming 1% more educated, becoming 1% smarter, becoming 1% more knowledgeable, and it blew my mind how much of a simple concept it was, but so powerful. And to this day, 10 years later, I still utilize what I would consider one of the most powerful self-development hacks there are. Making self-education into a daily habit, meaning watching educational YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, reading books. But one of my favorite ways is using the platform Brilliant. So Brilliant, our sponsor, is a learning platform that encourages active learning as opposed to just passive learning like this YouTube video, for example. So being interactive and engaged with your studying is extremely important because the things that you study are actually more likely to stick in your long-term memory. The platform specifically specializes in teaching STEM subjects, so science, technology, engineering, and maths. So if you're studying any of those subjects at school or university, then I genuinely can't think of a better platform than Brilliant. I found that even concepts that at first are seemingly quite complex and honestly quite intimidating, Brilliant have a way of kind of explaining these concepts in a very uncomplicated and simple way with interactive visuals. For example, the algebra fundamentals course takes you through the basic concepts with lots of kind of diagrams and explanations. It's such a refreshing way to study when you're used to reading thick, heavy textbooks with super small text, with no diagrams, and then be taught from a platform that really focuses on presenting the information in bite-sized, digestible chunks. So I really do recommend you check Brilliant out. You can join the millions of people already learning on Brilliant. Get started for free at brilliant.org/Project Elon. The link is in the description, and if you click that link, the first 200 listeners will receive 20% discount off their annual membership subscription. So after 6 months of backpacking around Southeast Asia, I was overflowing with motivation and inspiration. I wanted to help as many people as possible to remove their own self-limiting beliefs, just like I was able to do. So in December 2016, I made my first YouTube video. It was a video on how to stop procrastinating.
Gee, well, that's the thing about greatness, about being a champion. No one expected you to make it, but you go out and do it anyway. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong.
And in basically encouraging people to live their life to the fullest. It got no views. I posted the next week. Again, no one watched it. I posted the video the next week, no one watched it. And this went on for months, making videos and no one watching them. And honestly, it was a bit discouraging, but I was so passionate with my message and my desire to help people, I just kept going. And finally, after about 7 or 8 months, people started actually watching my videos, and that was 5 years ago. Today I have about 30,000 people every single day from all over the world watching my videos. I'm literally living my dream life. I wake up every morning doing a job that I love, that I'm so passionate about, and I can help make a difference, and I can make a positive impact on scale to people all over the world every day. And I was so lucky. I was so incredibly lucky that 10 years ago I made that completely abrupt and unexpected decision to randomly buy a one-way ticket to Thailand that triggered a series of events that led me to where I am today. Because if I didn't take that one leap of faith, I could have so easily, 10 years later, still be stuck in shelves at a supermarket, completely wasting my full potential. And looking back over the last 10 years, this is the single most important lesson that I've learned. Every 24 hours that pass, we move one step closer to death. Everyone is in the same boat, it's unavoidable, it's inescapable, but as humans, it's a very difficult concept to truly understand because we're born knowing only life. We have no concept of what death even looks like. So my message to you today is to really think about the most valuable gift you've been given, and that is time. Because when you truly understand how valuable your time is on a visceral level, that's when you really start living. You'll be more grateful for the things you have. You'll spend it with people that you truly love. You'll spend it following your passions and pursuing your dreams. You'll stop just existing and you'll start actually living. As American astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, if we live forever, why even get out of bed in the morning? Because you'll always have tomorrow. It's this knowledge that I'm going to die that creates the focus that I bring to being alive. The urgency of accomplishment, the need to express love now, not later. So earlier this year, my friend asked me, Mike, what's your dream job? And I replied, I want to be an author. I want to be a podcaster. I want to build an 8-figure business. I want to be a speaker. I want to speak on stage to tens of thousands of people. I want my name to be known to the whole world as the person who has helped millions of people overcome their own self-limiting beliefs and live the life they deserve. I'm a very different person than I was 10 years ago because now I genuinely believe that I live my life to the fullest. My advice to you today is spend time with the people you love. Aim higher, do more, set ambitious goals, follow your dreams, follow your passions, but every now and then, just take a deep breath, look around you, live in the present because this is it. It might all be gone tomorrow. I've not made a motivational video like this in years. I think the last one I made was maybe 1.5 years ago, and it's pretty cringe, but if you want a good laugh, you can click on the card on the screen to watch that. Alternatively, my most popular video on this channel with over 5 million views is also a motivational video. Again, you can click on the card on the screen. And if you want me to make more motivation videos like this, then let me know in the comments below. And if enough people comment below, then I'll make a few more.